You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see how a single mother ends her relationship, seeking a new life as a star, blaming her ex-husband for everything. But today, we actually have her ex-husband's side of the story as he shares his part. Your support means a lot to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 150,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Now, let's get started.
Type of bitch don't give a fuck. Falling in love. I'm only making this video because his has garnished over 1 million views and he's got a lot of you fooled. So on February 13th, I reached out to him about this message here. And for context, when I got out of treatment, it had been exactly 1 month since he had possession of the paperwork. And I was under the impression I was going to get something either while I was in treatment, which he had the address for, or when I got home, which he also had the address for. This is from the same day, February 13th, and he explains that he never lied about going to the courthouse. He got the paperwork. He just hasn't had time to file it yet, okay? Now, regardless of what happened between he and I never got possession of my one piece of paper during that entire situation, okay? And even if we had amicably agreed to try to work things out, that's not here nor there, okay? He's trying to act like he is the one pushing for all of this, but let me show you something. This is me validating that it is still Corey's thread, and this is Friday, March 29th at 4 p.m. Right here, I'm asking him to send me pictures of the documents when you get home. There's a phone call that happens between these messages. Down here, I'm sending him the DocuSign app after the phone call. I agree that DocuSign is not a hard app to use. However, I was explaining in this voice note right here exactly how to use the app. And I told him that I know you're not stupid, but still I'm just explaining that so we're both on the same page. And he follows it with, I thought we were on the same page of me mailing it. This is Friday. So down here, I said that is confusing for me because I asked you to send it through DocuSign and you said okay. And then you said you were going to mail it, so my wires got crossed. Friday, the 29th, I said I can do my half today. I have time. Just do both for the simple sake of it. I know you're still going to mail it, but just fucking send it through DocuSign today for me and I will go and check and see if I can do it electronically in front of a notary. He said, no, I did not say I would. I said I was going to mail it. And then he agreed to do it. He asks for my email and I give it to him. I know this is a long video, guys, but come on, just bear with me. I've got to prove myself once and for all. This is the printed 2 copies that I had. Again, I hadn't signed anything yet because I wanted to see the entirety.
It's actually a pretty good story, honestly. As usual, the woman is presenting herself as the victim, divorcing the ever-familiar villain known to all men, the abuser. You'll always see that she has plenty of evidence of everything she went through. Luckily, in this video, it will become clear that things aren't exactly as she says. We'll also hear the man's version, which some women say is never shared. Sometimes men don't want to play into this game, but today we finally have the man's side of the story. He even says his life was threatened. This is where we are. As you know, she portrays herself as the mother of the year, so we'll see how things turned out for her after the divorce.
I got no mercy. You don't deserve me. No. Saturday at 6:30. We had a phone call where I asked him to take pictures of the documents, and he said that he had 40 pieces of paper and not the time to do it. I said, you can take pictures of 40 pieces of paper in less than 5 minutes. And he said, no, you can't. I offered a challenge to take pictures of my textbook, 40 pages, in 5 minutes. And he said, challenge accepted. You've got 5 minutes. And he hung up on me. And I was able to do it in 5 minutes. This is just 15 of them, but still. I say that's 40. I think that's 40 should be even easier because the paper, your paper is porous and not laminated like my textbooks. 42 pages. Otherwise, this can't go forward and you're the one stalling. So I finally got my half of the papers that he was withholding from me Saturday night. I found out Saturday at Amscot that I needed a private notary or a bank to notarize these documents. And so I reached out to my audience and I found one who was available the next day on Easter Sunday. She's an absolute angel for being able to do this for me. Okay. This was Sunday night at 7:30. I had a private notary at my house watch me sign and fill out the 2 copies of that one piece of paper and my notice to not appear. Okay. She FedExed it Monday morning, before he made his snotty little video. I'm incapable of stalling in a situation that I wasn't even able to participate in. He hadn't given me the paperwork to sign yet. And him acting like he's this holier than thou, send it back through DocuSign and you can't appear. You're making this video in a car that belongs to your fucking mother. And the only reason you have your license back, Corey, is because I paid for it. I'm more than ready to get away from you. I am. I have wanted this for a long time, to be rid of the abuse and the constant back and forth, the whiplash I get from your behavior, okay? I think you've sat on your pity pot long enough, okay? I did exactly what you wanted. I did it quicker than expected, quicker than you possibly could have, okay? And I am free of you, and I think it pisses you off. Stop sending your little minions my way because it's not gonna work and I always have receipts. You look dumb.
This is what happens when you marry women with a liberal mindset. As soon as you want something solid with her, she feels like you're taking away her freedom. Like I said, modern women only want the wedding and the ring, but when it comes to marriage, they want to live it as if they were single. This man prepared for the divorce because, apparently, this woman felt like she was imprisoned or even needed a psychiatrist. Just from that, you can see where her mind is and what intentions she might have had against this man. In cases like this, I always tell men to let their lawyer handle it. That's why we always recommend getting the best lawyer possible. They'll be your weapon when it's time for battle. Trust me, you'll want a good weapon. But let's take a look at this man's side of the story.
Good morning, Grand Rising. What's the plan for today? I have to go to the courthouse this morning and figure out what I can do about moving forward with my divorce without the other party being there. Yeah. What part of Jacksonville? Like the south side. She put your phone number and my address too, Jilly Bean. Yours and your daughter's happiness. Absolutely. Doable. A whole war within itself. Yeah, it's crazy. It is an uphill battle every day. So she doxed you. Yeah. I mean, she's clearly not in her right state of mind right now. So I think I'm going to, while I'm up there figuring out the divorce stuff, I'm going to put a Marksman Act on her. The homeless guy video had me dying. A lot of people took offense to that for some reason, which is weird because it was a joke. And I gave the guy, like I bought his Four Loko or his Colt 45s or whatever and offered him a ride. But yeah. Yes, divorcing Erin, yes, because she's not sending me the paper back. She says she already got this paper signed and notarized and blah, 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 but she hasn't sent it back to me. So I'm just going today to see what I can do about divorcing her without her being there. And then I'm going to put a Marchman Act on her because she's clearly not in her right state of mind. She's manic. She's doxing me and my address. She threatened not only my life, but the mother of my child's life as well. So, and I have proof of all of this. I have video evidence. I have, text messages if needed. So yeah, a Marchman Act is basically like a Baker Act, 72-hour hold in a mental facility. So, which is, I think, what she needs because she's clearly manic and not in her right state of mind currently. So, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. Yeah. What'd you do to her? I had to have done something to her? Oh, that's right. I didn't pick her. That's what it was. I didn't pick her. She's mad because I chose some. What's with all the Karens? They came from it's Aaron's little pack of dogs. They're gonna run back to their owner with some new lie or some weird piece of information that they took from me, switch the context, and now they're gonna. It's the process of delusion, you know.
I want you to notice how hard it is for a man in this country to separate from a toxic woman. He himself says there's a restraining order, that she was held in a psychiatric facility, and she's even threatened him. The mother of his children, a classic Karen, The worst part of breaking up with someone like this who makes these kinds of videos is what comes after. A swarm of hateful Karens always shows up, mostly from the purple-haired movement, attacking the man, insulting him, saying all sorts of things. All because a woman goes online claiming to be the victim. Because she's a woman, she must be the victim, right? This man's only luck was that he left her, though the downside is that he has a child with her. That will be a lifelong headache for him. Not because of the child, but because co-parenting with an unstable person is terrible. But let's see what the victim, I mean the single mother, did after the divorce.
I'm a smooth operator. I drop top of my whip. That phone driving make you feel some type of way. I know. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way. I'm shining. Deep shine, we got me feeling some type of way. Okay. Easy cause my...
I don't really use this account anymore. But I wanted to pop on and say hi. I just had a live stream for the first time in like a week. And I'm sorry about not really being active. I've had to focus on my mental and my physical health, and my family. So that's what I've been doing. And, right now, live hasn't been a priority for me, which is fine. It never really was a priority to me. And I've tried to limit things that aren't benefiting my greater good, in my day-to-day life because, I've been in trauma therapy now for 10 months and I'm progressing forward in my treatment plan. And I feel strongly that this social media thing that we have going on, you and I, can be incredibly toxic at times. I am fully responsible for the way that people perceive me, but I am not responsible for the way that they speak to me. However, I can limit the interactions, I can limit the information, and I can limit my stress overall. I will say that like not being on live every single day and not posting TikToks every single day has benefited my family greatly. And I don't want to change or disrupt that peace that we have. I'm feeling very secure in my relationship with my oldest son. I'm feeling very secure in my relationship with my youngest son. And I'm feeling very secure with my relationship with myself. Right now, the only person that I'm truly talking to is my therapist and my mama, of course. It's the only people that I am sharing my woes and my emotions with. And it feels very empowering, to say the least. So I love you guys. I know it's been a little bit, but I just wanted to pop in and let you know that I am posting mostly on my main page, theerin.mj. And then I'm also active on Instagram. So if you want to see what I'm up to, those are the places you can go to see it. And I love you. Bye.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
The recovery seems to be going well from what I can see. Everything's in place, and she'll move forward, brothers, don't you think? The ironic part, though, is the comment saying she's strong and independent, and she has a lot of support from women. But let's see how long this stability lasts, because her TikTok channel is definitely unstable, on the verge of evolving, ready to take a new turn. A career on the Blue app. Believe me, she's putting a lot into it. And as for her relationship with her kids, soon they'll see her succeed. Honestly, I hope not, but let's just look at how she started her life as a single mom and her new ventures.
Best thing about a natural body is that the thighs, the calves, the ass, it all match. It all comes together, baby.
I love my bitches, it's pretty, they showing their titties, is up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
I let her run to $1 million, I rock.
Okay, you may not care at all, but I figured out I can clap side to side.
Ignore my face. I just literally pulled up to school, like doing my thing. I'm actually shaking right now. So I just wanted to address some things. I wanted to get on here and I've heard the rumors, I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing the messages, I've seen the T pages, I've seen all of it, okay? So I just wanted to come on here and just answer a few questions for you. It's important for me to be transparent and honest with my audience. because that's just who I am. And even if it makes me look bad or a bunch of you are fucking bad at me for it, it's okay. All right, the rumors are true. You guys are gonna hate me for saying this. The rumors are fucking true. My ass is in fact real, fat, and juicy. I'm sorry.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Brothers, the rumors are true. My God, it's huge and juicy. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. This is what women call the victim, the mother of the year. This is why I say, men, if the toad comes from the streets, no matter how much you kiss it, it won't turn into a princess. You can't make good wine from bad grapes. Modern women aren't wife material. They're for fun, not for a relationship, because they don't have the mindset to care for a man or build a stable relationship. This type of woman is the one who can destroy a man's life. Look at all the struggle this man went through to leave her, and now co-parenting will be a nightmare. I guarantee it. It never ends there. It's even worse when your children's well-being is affected by their mother's behavior. Just watch the next video. It says it all. She's off to start a career on the Blue app, and she doesn't want advice from anyone. I'm sure she already has someone helping her reach stardom. Just watch the following videos.
You know, always get what I want.
I'm gonna say something that might be obvious to some, but not to others. If you don't have the life that I want, I'm not gonna take any advice from you. You can give it all you want, okay? Till there is no air in your lungs, you can give me advice. But if you do not have the life that I want, that I'm working for, then I'm not gonna listen to you. You're just wasting air in your lungs.
God, you can't make this shit up.
One of my favorite moves to tell a guy when he was cutting things off with me is, glad you said something. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, for example, if someone texted you and was like, hey, like, I just think we're better as friends, but, you know, like, or I don't, like, see this going where, oh, I'm so glad you said something. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Roasted.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll be looking at several modern women ruining dates with men. From one woman who ordered 6 different dishes expecting the man to pay, to another on a first date who wanted the man to take her in and give her a ring. To top it off, we have a woman on the wall responding to a gentleman who says it's hard to find women these days who want to build a family together. Your support is incredibly important to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 150,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. All right, let's get started.
So yeah, I'm on a date, right? And I ordered 6 different meals, and this man do not want to pay for my food. I don't know why.
6 different meals? Girl, come on now.
But he told me to order whatever I want, and I really didn't have the appetite for anything. He forced me to come to a restaurant. So now I'm here. I ordered 6 different dishes.
No appetite, my ass. Girl, you ordered every goddamn thing on the menu, but the thank you, please, come again.
So I had got, for one, I got an appetizer. It was oxtail dip. I ate that. And I got jerk chicken. This one there. I started eating out the roster pasta. And I got me some oxtail too, but I also wanted me a fried snapper. And this like the pineapple bowl.
Girl, it's giving. I need food at home for my family.
And that's his drink. That's my drink. I ain't really like that drink. And he got the 2 liquors. But yeah.
Well, damn, is all he gonna eat is some drinks?
and he just ordered some more food, but I can eat. Oh, I forgot to show y'all. I had got some fried green tomatoes and some oxtail egg rolls.
Girl, some more shit. Oh yeah, your ass feeding your neighbors too.
He like, damn, little lady, you really can't eat. And I'm just like, you invited me out, you know?
Oh, your ass to be washing dishes. Cause you know goddamn well if you had to pay for that shit, you wouldn't have got nothing but water and chips.
Oh, hell no!
But, brother, how desperate for a free meal is this woman who, on a date, orders 6 different dishes? It's because of things like this that you see men leaving them with the bill. They're just taking advantage. Then, these are the same women who turn around and call men cheap. Can you believe that? But she also says that he forced her to go to a restaurant. She claims she wanted to get rid of him. Brothers, don't go out with women who aren't interested in you. Also, if you see a girl ordering everything off the menu, why don't you stop her? Be direct. Tell her you're not paying for that she shouldn't order it. If she gets hostile, let her. Just leave. You don't have to put up with bad treatment from people who are out here starving. Because if she's the one going to a place, she doesn't even have money to buy water. Yet she'll go out with guys who keep insisting and expect him to pay for 6 different dishes. That's why men don't go out with women like this nowadays.
So tell me this, how does it feel to know that there are millions of women out there like me whose upgrade is actually no one? My upgrade doesn't have anything to do with other men. It has to do with leaving men like your ass behind. You strike me as the kind of man, one of those men who thinks that just because he files 50-50 custody for the kids, that he doesn't have to pay child support. Okay. Are you mad? Stay mad. And I don't know why you want to bring age into everything, because last time I checked, if I open up a dating app, literally I have hundreds of messages from men in their 30s wanting to date me.
Women today are the ones really ruining the future for children. They try to squeeze the father for more than he can give. You have a father present for your child, splitting everything 50-50, and still, you keep asking for more. How do you think that man can hold it together? How could he leave a legacy for your own children? Then he gets tired and only sends them monthly support, and they get mad, saying he's not doing enough for the kids. No one understands them, brothers. Then they wonder why men push back against this oppressive system. Just because you have men on dating apps doesn't mean you have men genuinely interested in something serious with you. They're just looking for a night of passion because, as a single mother, they see you as an easy target.
Would you rather go buy me an engagement ring right now or decimate everyone in that restaurant?
Now that's your sign to never see her Delulu ass again.
I could just go down to a pawn shop and buy a fake ring. So, yeah, that works for me.
So you want to give me a fake ring?
If it involves getting out of killing people, yes.
How about a ring pop? So your ass can get away from him.
So is there a reason that you don't want to propose to me?
Because we've just gone on our first date.
Oh, and what's the problem?
That he downloads that app.
Any of you watching this, if you don't see the problem either, I'm very concerned about you.
Oh, so now you're going to turn my audience against me?
At this point, you should be running as fast as you can. Without looking back.
Brothers, this woman is crazy. I would have been out of that situation with that lunatic a long time ago. How can she ask for a ring or to move in with me? It's the first date. I don't even know you. She seems like a woman who probably doesn't even have a place of her own and just wanted this guy to take her in for free. She acts offended, like he doesn't get what the problem is. Brothers, this is what it's like, going after the first guy they meet because they're desperate. This woman is a red flag, and you can see the discomfort all over this decent guy's face because of her. What would you guys have done?
Okay, so I really want to make this video, and it's honestly super controversial. I think like a lot of men have had this same thought, but they don't want to talk about it because it's like, oh, if I talk about that, like every girl I know or the woman I'm with is going to get upset, or I'm never going to be able to date a girl again or whatever. But for me, I'm just like, okay, this is so true. Like I have to talk about it.
Does anyone else feel misogynistic but coming on? Even though there's something in the back of this guy's mind that's saying, you know what, something doesn't feel right about what I'm going to say. Something feels a little bit off, a little fucked up. But he's just going to say it anyways.
But I'm like 27, I go to church and I've started looking for a spouse. And it's just like you go in society today and like the girls that I've met are just like, they're not like real women. Like they're not, I meet so many girls where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, make myself super attractive. And I'm only going to date him if he's like good looking and wealthy. Like I honestly, I live in Tampa, Florida, and there's just like this normalized culture here of just like gold diggers.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, pick one or the other. Is it a girl or woman? Woman? Pick one. But right there, just referring to women as girls, you give yourself away a little bit. So changes are happening, women, because this guy's noticing it. He says women are just looking for a man who is good looking and wealthy. And what's wrong with wanting a man who has his stuff together financially? We're called gold diggers, ladies, because broke men like this can't get the women he wants. So he needs to shame women who are looking for men who really have their stuff together, who are at the top of the list as people they want to marry the most, instead of this guy. Typical misogynist, when deep down inside he really wants certain women to like him, but he's seeing that women are going for somebody else. So he'll call them all kinds of names and words. You can only imagine what kinds of names and words he'll call you behind closed doors. He also likes to guilt and shame women for taking care of their physical health and not running around like wild animals like men do, thirsting after the opposite sex to become a wife and a slave house servant. Duh. Of course we're not doing that. They haven't brainwashed us to do the same back, and they're losing their grip on the women around them. The fairy tale, the fantasy that they fed us of romance, to trade in our life to be a house servant, is falling.
Brothers, misery loves company. This is the type of woman who creates more single women. What this man is saying is valid. You can't find a woman today who wants to build a life together. Most of them just want the winner, not someone they can help win. Take this woman, for example. She's already on the wall, pushing 40, single and childless. The typical woman who ends up with a dog or cat but thinks she deserves a rich man to pay her bills when she's not even about that life. Her time is running out. But let's go back to what the gentleman says. He's not asking for a woman who's a 10 out of 10. He just wants a woman who values family. In a place like Miami, though, women are more interested in finding a rich guy who's going to have fun with them but won't commit. Because, like I said, they want to wait for men at the finish line. The problem for them is that there aren't enough of those men for everyone.
Like they're literally just dating guys for they're thinking, oh, he just cares about sex, so I'm just going to care about his looks and if he's wealthy or not, and we're just going to agree on this. Like that's what's going on, and I'm just like, where are like the real women? Like, where's the girl? Like, find like girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s, where it's like a real woman. Like she grows up, she really wants to get married, she really wants to have kids. Like she, her favorite thing, like she loves to cook, she loves to clean. Like she wants to get married and have kids so much she like dreams about it. Like girls, I feel like girls aren't allowed to be like that in today's world. Instead, it's like I feel like society like forces them to be these like workers.
The last part where he says that society is forcing us to work. How about society forced us to not have rights and forced us to give away our slave labor in the home because we had no other choice? This guy's next life is going to be a woman for sure. I'm almost sure of it. Because he does not get it. He does not understand that no, women don't want to clean houses for the rest of their life. Some of us don't even like cooking. Sure, some of us may want to have children, but that doesn't mean we want to be a caretaker for the rest of our lives. Do you understand we're people? We have musical talents, artistic abilities. We're smart. We're educated. We're a part of society. We're not just a slave housemaid. And then he brings it back to the 1800s. Has this guy taken a history class? Does he not realize that women had to get married? That your grandmother had no other choice but to get married because the patriarchy set it up that way? It's be homeless or be married and have babies. Never mind the fact that he keeps degrading women and calling them not real women because we don't want to go along with something that makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. They want you to stay delusional. Don't worry about money. The guy will take care of you. Ish. He won't run out on your family. He's not going to leave you. You'll be fine. You just find another man who will abuse you the way that I did. They want you trapped in the home so that they can do whatever they want, so that they have all of the power. And women are waking up to that. And he's noticing, hey, some stuff's changing. Women are waking up. Women actually demand, I don't know, not to be a slave their entire life. To find a man who actually has money to pay for children before she even sleeps with him. Now, some men know the game. But this guy is brainwashed. He thinks that women actually enjoy this. Like, his grandmothers actually enjoyed that. No, we couldn't say anything because there were constantly men around us. There was always going to be some kind of backlash. And the only reason why we're talking now is because we can. I'm sure as hell not going to have a man in my house for the rest of my life, so I'm going to be very loud. I'm not afraid to speak. Your grandmother couldn't speak. Your mom probably still lives with your dad. They told you women like this. This is what we love. They tried to brainwash us, and we're unbrainwashing the women here. And you're noticing the changes happening all around you. Because no, women didn't get a fair deal. We're much more than a house servant and a baby maker. We're human beings. Good luck finding real women, because they're waking up in droves. And we're definitely running away from men like you.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'm sure I won't have a man in my house for the rest of my life. So finally, something we agree on. First off, let me give this man a piece of advice because he's starting to sound like a victim here. Yes, it's true that things are tough out there, but your body and your finances are your responsibility, something you can control. Complaining about your appearance will always hurt your self-esteem and attractiveness, but I get your point. Today, the problem is that women have been sold the idea that marriage is slavery, that taking care of a family is oppressive and stifles their creativity, their entrepreneurial life that many don't even end up having. I've seen women have kids and work. I've seen women raise their kids and then go back to school, get a good job, and stay married. Even if they don't work, I've seen women happy to be raising a family, something their husbands and children appreciate. But a single woman doesn't understand this because she's selfish. She has this boss mentality, unwilling to sacrifice anything, and believes that any man who wants to be with her has to have it all because she won't help him build anything. The problem is, they constantly criticize women who don't choose to be like them, calling them oppressed. When you see them both at 50, you realize the one with a family and kids is often the happiest, with a sense of belonging. Meanwhile, the other one is bitter, alone with a cat, and angry at men because the winner she was waiting for never showed up. Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll take a look at the mental health of modern women. We'll go over several cases involving today's women and how men have to deal with unstable behavior, from one woman who throws away her engagement ring to another who loses control in a man's apartment and another who says she wants to be with 300 men in a single day. Honestly, even women should watch this video, especially those who are mothers of sons, to see what men are up against these days. Your support means a lot to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 150,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Let's get started.
See this ring right here? See this ring right here? I don't want it. I don't need it.
Whoa!
I don't care.
Yo, are you?
I don't care.
Yo.
I don't care. I don't
Yo,
care.
did
Why are
you
you
just-
stopping the car? Let the ring go. The ring is done. The ring is over.
Are
I
you
don't want it.
crazy? Did you just lose your damn
Don't
mind?
yell at me. Don't come for me, babe.
You just threw the ring out the window?
Is that not what you just saw? Is that not what you just saw?
Yo, do you know how much that ring costs, Kristen? You're just gonna throw it out so you have this relationship has no value to you?
Sorry, so you're worried about the cost of the ring instead of the cost of my sanity? Wow, that's
What
really,
are you saying right now?
that's
The
really
fact that you just threw the ring out the window just shows you don't even care about the relationship. Over some garbage? Over some garbage?
You're treating me like garbage.
How am I treating you like garbage? Yo, so you're basically the ring doesn't mean shit to you. You're just gonna throw it out the window like it's just a piece of trash?
I mean,
Think I bought it out the vending machine? Yo,
how am I supposed to know that you
bro,
never buy
stop talking. Stop talking.
Stop it. Get some help.
My father used to say, "Son, never be with a woman who doesn't value your efforts, because you'll always feel like you're climbing a steep mountain every day." Many men are in relationships where they feel inadequate, dealing with demanding women who don't appreciate them. A lot of these modern women are unbearable to put up with. They're spoiled, have terrible attitudes, and many struggle with mental health issues. This is what a lot of men have to face today. It's tough because a man wants to respond, but he can't react to irrational women who act like children. A wedding ring is a commitment. It's also expensive. It's the biggest gift a man can give to honor a promise. What this man should do is calmly pick up his ring, walk away without arguing, and keep silent. Then, he should go to this woman's house, let her out of his car, and end the relationship right there, because she doesn't value him. He would be dodging a bullet with this woman. I want you to see just how damaging it can be for men to date a mentally unstable modern woman in the following video.
Melissa, get out. Get out. My son's scared of you. My son is scared of you. Look, you see? You see? Do you see him? You see him? You see him? Okay, then he's scared. So get the fuck out. Go in the living room or the bathroom. You stop. Stop. See, that's why I'm recording. Because the cops ain't gonna believe this shit.
We could have been a good couple. We could have had something special. But you one crazy ass bitch.
Tell me, how do you deal with something like this? What you see here is what many men go through. It's what has ruined the lives of countless men who later face unjust accusations of domestic violence, often by unstable women who harm themselves to blame the man. This man has his child in the room, terrified of this woman. You saw in the intro how she destroyed his car. He's filed reports, he's tried to leave her, but when a man goes to the police, he isn't taken seriously. They laugh at him because he's less of a man. Nowadays, having a charged phone with a good camera is what saves a man from facing 5 years in prison over a false accusation. Then you hear women saying men are being weak, princesses, or unmasculine. But no one mentions how many men have to put up with these situations daily, dealing with mentally unstable women who don't understand when you want to leave. The worst part is the comments on these videos, where women say she's acting like this because he must have done something to her, as if it's always the man's fault. Honestly, you can't believe this nonsense, brothers.
So on Saturday, I got run through by 101 guys. Now, I've had a lot of backlash so far about it, and I've seen some of the videos and I see your side. Like, I am not trying to encourage other girls to be doing that, like if they don't want to and feel like they have to do that. But my side is like, I'm just a girl trying to enjoy myself, trying to have fun, trying to make some content for you all, you know, trying to get my bag. Like, this is fun to me. This is what I enjoy. No one is forcing me to do this. And I feel like we're going back in time to where women are getting shamed for being a sluzzer, when I thought that's what we were trying to get away from. So you might know me as the girl who's been with 101 guys in a day. Now, I'm currently in training to do 1,000 guys in a day. And on the 15th December, I shall be taking on 300 guys in a day, which is the most amount of guys I've ever done. And so it's going to be hard, but in comparison to the 1,000, this should be light work. One of the 101 guys videos, it was actually 5 guys versus me. And apologies if they're taking a little while to get published. I mean, I've got 10 hours worth of footage, so it's taken me a little while to edit.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no.
I don't know if this is true, but I'm sure her parents must be very proud of her. Honestly, this disgusts me. I have to say it. This current mindset of enjoy as many men as you can is disturbing. And tomorrow, these same women want a beta provider to offer them long-term commitment. Believe me, there will be a simp who accepts her. I can understand if she's doing it to make money. At least she's gaining something from it. But doing it for free, for the thrill of it, just to earn a nickname like the girl with 101 men? Then they wonder why men don't want to marry. She wants 300 next, aiming for 1,000 in a day. At this rate, she'll go through every guy in the city. What do you all think about this?
Mark my words, 10 years from now, there will be a scientific study that is published letting us all know that situationships give us brain damage. They absolutely give us brain damage. I think the scariest thing to me about modern dating is how unavoidable the situationship is. Like, I'm a pretty healthy person at this point in my life when it comes to like relating and dating and all of that stuff. And I still have like fallen into the situation trap, not once, but twice. And once you're in it, it's like, you're in it. You're in it. And then you got to get out. And then once you're out, then you just are never over it. You're never over it. I think there's an absolute psychological reason why situationships are so hard to get over. I know for myself, if I'm dating somebody and then we have a title, right? So we progress from dating to having a title for each other. And then from there we break up. Like, I can get over that scenario. Like, my brain can categorize it and make sense. But when you have all of these deep, intense, like, feelings for someone you have, like, a really, like, intense connection with, but that is never, like, labeled or categorized, and then it ends, like, I just feel like your brain doesn't know what to do with that information. I regularly have nightmares about the 2 people that I was in situationships with. Like, one of these people, oh my God, I hadn't seen them for like 2 years. I ran into them last week when I was out, and my nervous system freaked out. It was like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with that. Even though I feel like once both of these situations I was in, like, once I realized what it was and how unhealthy it was, like, I ended it.
This is the typical woman on the carousel who ends up dating a Chad, a guy who brings nothing to the table. She ends up on an emotional roller coaster, one day down, the next day up. This dopamine rush makes her mentally unstable over time. The solution could be simple. Choose to be with a man who first shows he's committed to you. The problem is that people do judge a book by its cover. In other words, you are what you present. When a man sees a girl with purple hair and a nose ring, it's likely he'll think she's suited for a casual situation rather than a serious relationship. Relationships follow a man's direction at a woman's pace. Often, the first thing a woman does with a man is try to categorize the relationship. Are we friends? Is this a casual situation? Are we dating? Is he my partner? My husband? These categories matter, and this kind of woman rarely moves past the situation phase because, as I said, she's selling an image that suggests she's only after intimacy. That's why she feels the way she does.
But my brain, like psychologically, like my brain and my nervous system, like still aren't healed from these people and these scenarios. I am such a lover girly, and I have completely deprioritized romantic relationships and dating in my life to protect myself against how nefarious modern dating is. And that was a great decision. And like, I'm like, it is what it is. But ideally, like, I would love to be out in the world dating. But it's like, it's a haunted house. Modern dating is a haunted house, dude. Like, I'm not doing a situationship again. Like, I'll die alone with my cats over that shit. Like, I will never do that to myself again. I say now. But it's so easy to fall into. But I know my brain can't handle it again. There's no way my brain could handle one situationship. You know? I know my limits.
Here we see how a woman ends up becoming one of two things. She either turns toxic and crazy in her next relationship, or she becomes depressed while being alone. From the looks of it, by the third time this happens to her, she'll be completely broken. And I pity the guy who ends up paying for all of this. This is why women are the #1 consumers of antidepressants, or the ones most likely to go to therapy. The absence of a father figure, unchecked freedom, and the lack of masculine energy and stability that a man provides in her life are driving them to the edge. It's turning them into women who are constantly on the verge of breaking down. Just look at her eyes. She's on the verge of tears. She's depressed. And there are plenty of men who want a good girl, but, as I said, you are what you present. If she were to ditch the hair color, the piercings, dress more traditionally, and look for a different type of man, she'd find stability. But she won't do that. She'll keep making the same mistake over and over until she ends up as one of the two things I mentioned, either unstable or hitting the wall with a cat, because we all know the wall doesn't forgive.
Don't worry, honey. She's pretty. So if you don't text her, somebody else will.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see how a man finds a condom in his girlfriend's car and how she responds by saying, "I never thought that would hurt you." Seriously? We'll also hear from a woman on the wall complaining about men ghosting her. Your support is super important to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're chasing 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Alright, let's get started.
Hi, my name's Maddie and I'm a single mom looking for someone to call daddy. I would like to clarify that there is no age limit. The older the better. If you know how to fix things, I will love you more, like my leaking shower head. And if you know how to discipline bad girls and bad dogs, I will also love you more. Let me introduce you to my son, Moo Moo. Hi, baby. Hi. He is still very young, so if you come into our lives now, he will still call you daddy. And so will I.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Honestly, where do these NCPs come from? Every day I come across one that's crazier. These women are going nuts over TikTok. But brothers, Maddie is out there looking for a daddy. When a product is on sale, it's because there's no demand for it. Now, these new dog or cat moms are the new normal. We'll have to adapt to these times. The good thing is, there's no age limit. As long as you're providing, she'll call you daddy.
Bro.
Hurry. Hurry.
Really? Really? I don't fucking use these, bro. I don't fucking use them, bro.
It's not mine. I swear I don't know where that came from. It's not mine.
Look back there.
It's not mine, I swear.
Look back there. Look back there now, look! That shit ain't mine!
It's not mine either.
What do you mean ain't yours?
It is not mine. I swear it's not mine. I swear it's not mine. I swear. Dude, it's okay.
What do you mean it's okay? This ain't bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I honestly didn't think it would hurt you this much.
What do you mean, bro? Fucking 3 years of my fucking life destroyed the trust because you started fucking open your legs, dog.
Damn!
Honestly, I didn't think it would hurt you. What did you expect? A celebration? Brother, never cry in front of a woman. Don't give her that satisfaction. While you feel like your world is falling apart, she goes on with her life as if nothing happened. You'll feel like you want to die. I know. The anger, the pain. But remember, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. You have to be the one who walks away first. Tell her it's over, block her, and move on with your life. That dose of reality is the only thing that will wake her up. I know you'll have a hard time. Tears are normal, but never in front of her. If you stay there crying, she'll just go into victim mode and try to convince you to accept it. And these women are so heartless. She let that happen in her car and didn't even clean up, which means it didn't happen too long ago. Who knows how many times it happened, but she won't feel guilty for betraying you because she didn't think it would hurt you. You can't make this stuff up.
I went on a date with this guy 2 days ago, and when we were leaving dinner, I was really cold, but we were gonna go play pool. And I was like, do you mind if we stop by my house so I could grab a jacket? And he's like, oh, I have his sweatshirt in the back of my car. And I was like, oh, perfect. He gives me the sweatshirt. It's an OnlyFriends, like, merch crew neck. And I was like, wow, like, so fitting for me. He's like, what? He didn't know what I did for work. I thought he knew. He actually thought I was an influencer. I was like, I'm not an influencer. And yeah, so that's how I found out that I was an e-thought. And I see him again tomorrow.
Remember, brothers, women respond to how you make them feel. The key is to make them feel comfortable with you. Once you do that, the path clears and the green lights turn on by themselves. Women are emotional. Their decisions come from the moment, from their feelings. And of course, genuine interest isn't negotiable. We all know that. The higher her interest in you, the bigger the discount. This guy is just a few days away from some action.
Who is in the wrong here? This has become far more divisive than I thought it would be, and I'm curious on your take. So 2 weeks ago, it's a Friday, it's 3 o'clock, I'm in the kitchen making dinner, my guy usually gets home from work around 3:30. Next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock, and I haven't heard from him at all. So I give him a call, he answers, says, sorry, I just went out for a quick one with some of the guys after work, I'll be home soon. I say, not a problem at all. Enjoy yourself. See you soon. Then all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, dude, come on. And so then I sent him a text and I just said like, hey, what's going on? Are you coming home soon? What's the dealio? And he does not respond to me at all. And here I've been all evening waiting for him to get home, assuming that he and I are probably going to go out and do something on Friday. So I'm not making any plans. I'm taking care of our dog and whatever, cleaning up the house, waiting for him to be done his quick one, because he's going to be home soon. I end up going to bed. I wake up because our dog has to go out to the bathroom. It's like 2 a.m. and he is still not home and he has still not texted me back. So I ended up calling him again and he was like at a party or something I could hear in the background. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll come home right now. So I'm like, you said soon at 5 o'clock, but all right. So of course I go back to bed, whatever. He ends up coming back home. And then we got into a fight about it. So some people are saying, it's not a big deal. Jasmine, you're controlling. You're smothering him. He just needed a night out with the boys. Let him have a night out. And I'm like, of course he can have a night out with the boys. That's not the problem. Am I the crazy one for thinking that communication is one of the most basic things that you do in a relationship? And to everybody else who's saying, oh, I'm so happy I'm not in a relationship like that. You're so controlling. No. How would you feel if the tables were turned? How would you feel if your partner just disappeared one day and didn't have the basic human decency and respect that you should have for each other in a relationship? Not to mention love and care, so that when you're out for a long period of time, you aren't just thinking about you. You're also thinking about your partner who's at home waiting for you, who you said you were going to be home soon to.
She has a valid point. As a man, I wouldn't accept this kind of behavior from my partner, but notice how people are calling her controlling. As a man, I wouldn't accept being controlled like this in a relationship. The key is balance. When a woman is constantly on top of a man, watching his every move, he ends up feeling exhausted. What happened is clear. He goes out at 3:30, and by 5, she's already calling. He tells her he's at a party, and by 8, she's still checking in. The guy knows what's coming, knows there'll be a fight when he gets home. In the end, he doesn't want to go back because of the pressure of being monitored. This time, he's teaching her a lesson. Give me space when I'm with my friends. He knows there'll be an argument, whether he gets home at 8 or 2 in the morning. She calls him at 2 a.m. He answers and heads home. I'm sure he wasn't cheating on her. More likely, he just wanted to make a point. A man can't allow his partner to control every move. If you give in, she'll always try to control you. He's avoiding that trap, and in the process, he's teaching her to let go of that habit of calling him constantly.
If you were talking to a guy and then he's disappeared, and he's disappeared and he is nowhere to be seen, he has mildly ghosted you for the first time, you were talking, you were dating, whatever, this is what you're going to do. When you're first talking to him, you always reply to him whenever you want to reply. You don't play games, you're natural, you're your normal self. Once he has done this, when he texts, do not write him paragraphs, soliloquies, long Shakespearean message about how he's hurt you, why a man should never treat you that way, why a man should never hurt you, why a man should never ghost, and if he does again, then your boundaries are thusly that he should never do that again. Don't do that. Don't give him that significance. You cannot do that. That's giving your power away. We're not going to do that. Don't even tell him that you noticed. You don't care. What you do instead is answer his question lightheartedly, which he should be because he doesn't mean anything to you yet. How are you? What are you up to? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? About 1 hour after he messages, once he suggests to meet up with you and do something with you, you say, sure, let me see if I'm free tonight. I'll get back to you. You do not get back to him. No, you don't get back to him. He's not significant. He's lost that significant place in your life. He's no longer important. The next day you write to him, so sorry, I forgot to get back to you. And he will probably remind you anyway. So you say, so sorry, I forgot to get back to you. I was painting my hamster's nails or something equally fascinating. And you say, I'll call you in a bit. You forget to call him back. You forget to call him because now he's not significant. Understand? Before this, you were always receptive. Now it's this. When he again reminds you, okay, now, he's fought hard enough. You go on that date with him. If this repeats one more time, block. That's it. Done. No more conversation. No more explanation. Block. Always receptive. Stage 1. He does the ghosting, running away. He becomes insignificant and you're hard to get to, but easy to be with. What, my love? You're hard to get to, but easy to be with. You don't berate, you don't nag, you don't do all this jabba like a rat in his ear. And if he does it one more time, once he's achieved your time and attention, block. Done.
Absence, mystery, and uncertainty will always be your best allies. This woman gives pretty toxic advice, which is probably why she's single, but going off her advice, women often have more ego than men. When they see a guy showing less interest, they start doubting if he wants something with them or not. But if she tries to apply that same tactic on a man, it won't work. A true man of value doesn't respond to games or tactics aimed at making him feel insignificant. He simply doesn't need them. He values his time and mutual respect. If he senses someone playing at creating uncertainty, he takes it as a clear signal that she's not the best investment of his energy. For a high-value man, what's attractive is authenticity, clarity, and mutual respect. So, if a woman uses tactics of detachment, distance, or emotional manipulation, he'll respond not with games, but with the decision to invest in someone who genuinely values and enjoys his company in a reciprocal way. True, lasting attraction is built on an authentic connection without needing to create scenarios of insecurity or control, but that's something a woman on the wall doesn't understand, because the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think of the girl who cheated on her boyfriend in his car? Have you ever been cheated on, and how did you react at the time? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.